Welcome back, everyone, to AI War 2 Necromancer. Minimum objective here is to knock out Honeyman and eliminate the 9 Zool Enthusiast AI, and then hopefully make some good progress towards the second one as well. I was going to do some transforms of the flagships, as I mentioned, but you actually can't do that in any planet that has significant enemy strength, and this right here counts as that. So we're just going to forget about that for now. We'll get to it later. We're going to upgrade our gas and then just gradually improve as we go. I've taken off the stationary flagship. I think our flagship should be able to handle themselves, and we are just going to pop in and knock out the next Bastion world. And actually, I'm going to do something with you, too. I don't really want the tractor beams on these. I find they just cause more trouble than they're worth. So let's just give you some additional durability and call that. And mostly want to stay on pursuit. Let's go ahead and smack that enclave. No reason to absorb that additional punishment if you're going to be hanging out nice close by where we can deal with you. Here comes some Praetorian. This is going to be a nice, healthy attack. We may want to go help with that. We will see. There goes another Custodian. Probably a good idea to smack down this Nether Drake. Some people have noticed, it's becoming more obvious in battles like this, that when there's big fights, the music does tend to get choppy and cut out, and that's just an issue in the game. Nothing I can really do about that. And here's a constructor. That'll get us some more resources. So, no trouble plowing through these Bastion worlds. Let's just get everybody over by the wormhole. And we have enough research. Going to bump up our base skeletons one more level. Then from there, not really sure what I want to hit next. We don't have much right now, so just wait and see. And we are generating quite a bit of threat at this point, but I'm not too concerned about that. Just going to wait to get a few of these whites over here, as they're kind of slow, closer to the wormhole. That's probably about good enough. Okay, hold on. Shamir did get hit. Oh yeah, there's some other fun things in here as well. Okay, I have to actually remember where that even is. All the way back here by our home area. You know what? We should load up, go back there and help that, and then we can come back in here. Sort of ironically, our allies taking care of this situation by the time we got back. However, it's still useful for us to put all of our flagships and Igors to the work of repairing everything. But as mentioned, while we're here, let's do some hacks. Start with our primary fleet. And I'm just going to move up to these Mark V transforms we have available. There's also the Transcendent one, which requires a bunch of hacking to do. And then you've got to find out where in the galaxy that Transcendent Elderling went. I just don't think it's worth doing at this stage of the game. It's definitely the toughest fight and the most powerful flagship you can get, but I'm going to pass on that. I'm just going to do one Nether Drake, one Plague Swarm, and then I'll also do a Blasphemous, but we actually don't have the hacking left for that at this point. And of course, we're going to be seeing more of those Exo War units coming out pretty regularly. Our shipyard is fully up, and as long as that's up, everything else will repair itself just fine. Which I think means it's time for us to go back to work. Alright, so we're being hit here, and there's another wave coming in, so that could get interesting in Korai, but I'm going to assume they handle that okay. And while we were traveling, the nanocosts are knocking out these deep space anomaly analyzers. This one bumped us up to Mark III AI progress. That's why that actually matters. So we may want to continue to be a little bit careful. Meanwhile, this is our next bastion. Okay. We have some more fun custodians. Make sure that they don't cause us too much trouble. And it looks like this is going to become our next mummy. And a bit of an error there, so we'll just reload to correct that. I think I do want to go pursuit and just go after whatever. Another analyzer going down. Korai, at least so far, appears to be doing alright. I might have taken some of our ships there. Let's see. Yep, we lost some of them. Let's just make sure they don't cause any more problems in there. And there's also a Maugrim in here, a castle, so there's lots of fun things happening in that system. We're going to deal with those later. And eating those dire GPs, continuing to push us up into more and more dangerous territory. Okay. Got another Envious over here. And I think we now want to just regroup and head after the homeworld. It doesn't appear that we have any particularly big danger going on with the rest of our planets. And we'll use a little bit more caution, at least at first, because this is the homeworld.
Major enemy force in our territory.
So this is Roon Castle, the first castle that we're going to be dealing with. Those surround the Sovereign, of course. And we have some of you. Make sure any custodians we can smack, we do. Yes, we know the Templar are coming. The Templar are always coming. I just want to gradually work my way around the planet and just knock out the guard posts as we can get to it. And we're maintaining our firepower pretty effectively. Here's the second of the 4 castles. And we have a couple concussion, I think, guard posts over this way. And more fighting happening this way. And this actually isn't a Roon castle, it's a plain ordinary castle. We actually have 5 castles then, up on this wonderful planet. Counterattack looking pretty high. On the other hand, we have way more than we need to prevent it from actually firing. Get rid of this one.
AI fleet inbound on critical planet. Substantial enemy presence in our territory.
Looks like the Templar are throwing a fit over there.
The AI is targeting a critical piece of our infrastructure.
But we kind of don't care at the moment. You're down.
Major enemy incursion into our territory.
And the Nanacost actually took a ruined castle.
AI fleet inbound on critical
I was not aware that was even possible. And there goes the phase 2, but we do need to still knock out this Templar Sovereign. AI Black Widow Golem of Praetorian Guard, you don't say. What do we get from that? Yep, just a mummy. Which reminds me, we actually do have enough research to boost up our mummies another level. And let's get another one from this Mogram.
substantial enemy
We have a CPA coming. Okay. Any Elderlings? They must go as well. And our fleets are actually stronger than when they came into the homeworld. That's basically a pretty good measure of the power that we're... Oh, let's get that. Come on, get it before it goes.
major enemy incursion.
I think we just barely did. Everybody load up. Because we're going to be waiting for the phase 2 to go somewhere useful where we can attack it. But then also, I want to do more than that. Okay, you're all running away. Let's come over here. There's definitely some useful targets. I want to clear out Templar where we can, because with our escalated AI progress, the Templar are going to throw their weight around more. And I think if I just ignore them, they're going to become a bigger problem than they need to be.
The AI is targeting a critical piece of our infrastructure.
So let's keep on going into Agonist. Yep, we don't care about you. This is a Bastion world, and you're headed to another Bastion world. We can't do anything about you yet. Alright, let's hit this Mogram. Another castle went down, another mummy coming our way, more Elderlings going down. All good news. This is just a normal Mark 6 system. Looks like we've got another Elderling. Now the Nanocost have another Elderling. And let's knock out this comm node while we're here. Just a little bit. of health. Okay, where do we want to go from here? Phase 2 is still here. Looks like they have another unit here and another encampment. So I'm going to pop back in here. By the way, I absolutely do not care about lairs anymore. They are a complete irrelevance because the only thing that lairs are going to do is spit out ships that give me more mummies. So
Major enemy force in our territory.
I might almost thank them for existing. Oh, look. More friends. Let's go smash this elderly. And you can go down as well. I basically just want to keep hitting the enemy. Oh, you laid another egg. We'll have to eliminate that. But keep hitting them until the phase 2 moves somewhere that we can hit it. Let's head up this way.
AI fleet inbound on critical planet.
Here comes our CPA. A respectable amount, but nothing that we need to concern ourselves with. Plenty of friends incoming. Let's get ourselves over to this wormhole. See how many hops we are away, because we're only 2 hops away from our territory. So we can pop up a couple more in here. And we're going to. Just want to get a little bit closer. Take a little more care and jump in.
Major offensive.
Okay. You're down. Get rid of you. See the Necromancer assault. 7 wave leaders. We want to give them less places to get reinforcements for those wave leaders. Let's make this castle go away.
AI fleet inbound on critical planet.
And this is looking like another planet successfully smashed, or it will be in a moment. How's our phase 2 friend doing? You're over here. Okay. I think you have moved far enough that it's time to go get rid of you. We got a black hole machine here. We could just destroy it, but we're going to sabotage it. We have the hacking.
Our hackers have done all they can.
There we go. Alright. The Scudo is under attack. That's one of actually a more vulnerable system. There's a bunch of Ninezil chambers there. We'll see if this survives or if it doesn't. It looks like it's going to be okay. Looks like you're going to withstand those Templar. That's exactly why I don't want to just let them scale up non-stop. Okay, are you still here? You are, but you're heading away. Let's go ahead and run over this way. And let's see how long it takes us to smack the Overlord. Not long, it looks like. Nothing a little concentrated firepower can't cure. And there we go. All right. Now, I think I want to go back up this way. I mean, being able to smack 2 more castles here would really be big. So let's do that. And I actually want to establish another planet there as well. Because being able to eliminate the Templar, I think, is going to be much more valuable than simply having... There we go. We're all waiting here. But then simply having 20 lowered AI progress, given how high we are. And in we go. Just go smack everything at your own leisure. Looks like we have another black hole machine. We'll just hack it. Infinite supply of hacking can be quite beneficial. 5,000. I'm going to actually spend a little bit more to boost up our Igors. I don't think I even really need it, but I will. And then I think from here, I want to focus in on the whites. So I'll upgrade them probably before everything else. We pretty much have everything up to Mark 5 though now. So it's just a case of, you know, when we go. Okay. Gonna smack you. I'm going to let you be hooked up to primary, and then of course we're going to upgrade everything here. Let's go ahead and spend your modules right away. Then we'll do some building in a bit. After your paralysis wears off. But we should also hack our final fleet over to Blasphemous. And give you some modules. There we go. Then when we can, shipyard, couple mages, all of the usual fun benefits. And then this will give us the reach. Let's not forget our protect totem. This will give us the reach to smack down the rest of this. So let's just go do it. Yes, we have a raid engine up here. I'm going to decide we don't care about you. We'll just hack you when we come in.
Substantial enemy presence in our territory.
And now we have somebody in here. Nope, not the fortress, just the raid engine. We'll deal with the fortress ourselves, thank you very much. And we have attackers there, but I think we're defending them just fine. Let's get ourselves another mummy from this dire Tesla. Another castle gonna bite the dust. What we're really doing here is just a bunch of prophylactic, I meant to say, clearing of possible enemy resistance. There we are. Got a few more friends here to finish up, but that won't take long. Another egg can go away. And I'm going to up all of our flagships another tier. I don't want to go too far because we're going to be building more necropolises before we're done, but there we go. I'll forget about your module points for now. Looks like we're pretty much there. Let's move on to our final target here in Hopcroft. Another castle. An ion cannon. Let's hit this. And away you go. Another mummy. Hit the castle. And hit the ion cannon before it decimates our fleet too much. There we go. Alright, now we're feeling pretty good. They're at 470 here. We've really broken all of the resistance here. We know there's not a whole lot going on back in this area or up over here, so I really think we can now afford to push into our final target, which is going to be in this direction. And the question is, where do we want to build? We are eventually going to want a planet next to this to support our attack on Sparta. But I actually think I was going to build an Alizon. I think I'm actually going to skip that. And what I'm going to try to do is just blast my way in through Murdoch here. And I could go to Brasua actually as well. I'll go to Brasua first. It is going to be a small bit of deep striking, but I think we can actually get away with it. With the force that we have. Just enough deep striking to knock out the command station, and then we can do whatever we want in there. Not quite all the way back, but we're close here in Alizon, which they've got some exo units and elderlings and whatnot in here. So this is where our final push is going to begin. There's been some hilarious things going on. The threat number just spikes up and down. Sometimes there are massive waves coming in. Sometimes they're under 30 strength because they're going against the hives or something. It's just, the galaxy is just fluctuating further and further in both directions. And basically it's time for this war to end. So that's what we're going to try to make happen.
In our territory.
And okay, lots of friends in here. We got Praetorian. We've got looks like, yeah. There's even some custodians over here. There are all kinds of fun things. Just go ahead and finish all that off. Let's go ahead and hit some more possessed whites. They are now up to Mark 6. Just make sure everybody's properly on pursuit. But we definitely have no lack of targets in this planet. Oh, look. I believe that's, yeah, it's a hive golem. Let's go after that. running away. Question is, will it be successful? I think it might, actually. Oh, nope, it decided to turn around. That was a fatal mistake. And it looks like that's everything that's going to happen on this planet. Of course, there's another instigator. I mean, even though it's an AIP instigator, we do not care.
Let us see if we can make this our last meeting.
Now, another point of AIP every 10 minutes is nothing to us at this point. So, then we want to crash into Prisua, knock out the command station as soon as possible, set up our own area. That's also going to knock out the Brutal Guardian lair, but we'll suffer that.
Major enemy force in our territory.
Lots of fun, friends. Let's just establish a foothold. Let's also establish eliminating any unwanted diamond custodians, by which I mean all of them. A little bit of craziness going on in here. Deep strike in 30 seconds. Alright, let's just knock this out. $448. And it appears that one of our jumps has not actually worked. Like, there's a bug of some kind going on with the mark level increase not going up. Oh, no, that's the rogue AI. That's why that hasn't boosted up. Got it. Okay. That's not a bug. That's me forgetting I destroyed one of the AIs. Alright. So, our last necropolis. Let's put it up. Let's boost it once again, all the way to the max. Build all of our toys.
I'll oversee it myself, sir.
And I want to make sure. Yeah, I don't want you on primary. Go to secondary. Just to split things up. Make sure we get the whites. Get the gas in. Both catacombs. Okay. Then everything builds. And now I think we have... We need to get to Radol over here. We need to crash through here and get into Basilica. I'm going to take this direction first. Those are the two paths we have to hit. We can ignore all of this. And then we hit Sparta. So for better or worse, that's our plan. Into Spewak we go.
Substantial enemy presence in our territory.
I'm wondering if we're going to hit Mark 5. I think we probably will. Got a maddened elderling. We had a maddened elderling. Now we have nothing. Empty void of space where it used to be. And the Necromancer swarms have almost finished their task, but not quite. Okay, you're done. Let's go into Radol. Let's hit you. And Mr. Envious, you can go away. Anybody else around we care about? Yeah, it might be worth caring about the Plague Swarm. Where exactly is that? Right here. It's the other end of the galaxy. So we will ignore it for now. Probably going to lose it. But I'm going to call it expendable. If we need it, we can always go back there, but I can't imagine that happening. Smack down all these orbital defenses. So that's Bastion World number 2, which has been handled. Now we just need to move on to the last one. Yep. We're going to let you have that for now. We're going to lose that battle and win the war. And I think this final eye that is in Murdoch there, we're just going to brute force that. I don't see any reason to really particularly worry about it at this point. And in they go, and another analyzer is down. It always feels weird to me at the end after spending most of the game, you know, 150 or less AIP, that we're now up to almost 500 and we don't care about it. It's just the strange nature of how it works. In we go. So we just need the guard post to go down. And there goes the eye, which ended up being, you know, just so much irrelevancy. Tachyon Eye is not a particularly strong one anyway. And we don't care so much about Murdoch, it's just a planet that's clearing the path here for us. Alright. On to Basilica.
Substantial enemy presence in our territory.
Where there is yet another brutal Guardian lair. We're going to ignore that. Actually have a hive over here. But you are a bastion, and all bastions must be cleared. Fortress down. go. Let's go ahead and hit that Guardian. As we hit the 7-hour mark and all of our fun friends string in. They're just swarming over everything. Yeah, I got like 1,500 or so Wild Hive ships in here. So I'll gather up by the wormhole. And it's time to visit Sparta, which appears to have some help, somewhere around 1,000 strength in there. But we should be able to punch through. I think that's close enough. In we go. And this should effectively be the largest and most painful battle of the game. But it appears most of the pain will not be ours. Already outnumber them 2 to 1. The pain will belong to them. And we will make that pain short-lived. We've even got our Wanderers. For those who think that the Migrants don't do much, and I've had some people say that, just look at this. They're the weak ally. But if we look at the total amount, where is it? Yeah, 520 new clanlings in our territory. They just multiply. Given enough time, they multiply. There's the Overlord. Of course, the other Templar Sovereign. We do have a couple of these to knock out. But most of the system pacified. Arafune is going to go down, probably. That's not going to be a lot of fun. After we're done in here, we can go recover and clean up some messes while we wait for the Overlord. But we have some tasks to finish first. 525. There we go. Phase 1 is down. Oh, I think we're taking you down with us. I definitely think you are going down one way or the other. And all the guard posts are down. Okay. Everybody load up. We're going back to Arafune. We may even go over to Sep on the other side of the galaxy. And this wave is against the Wild Hives. And meanwhile, we just need this Overlord to go somewhere useful. It needs to go 2 hops. It doesn't matter where those 2 hops are. Where are you headed, first of all? You appear to be headed to Basilica, so if you keep going there, Then you go to Basilica and Murdoch is where we'll hit you. At the earliest, Murdoch is where we'll hit you, I should say. And 67 more to hit the next mark level. Not that it particularly matters all that much. And Arafune is definitely in trouble. Probably will fall before we get there. But if it does, then we simply rebuild it. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not having a brownout, so that's definitely a voice line that should not be playing at this point. Yep, they're having lots of friends there. Everybody load up again. And we will head off in that direction.
Major enemy force in our territory.
Everything appears to be fine here for the moment. And you know what? We've got enough research, I think. Yeah. Upgrade those whites one higher just because we can. Okay. We want to keep an eye. You're still in Sparta. But you're moving towards Basilica. It looks like they got... Everything was back up in Sep briefly, and then now it's not anymore. Okay. Everybody's coming through this direction. I think you're going to come up through that way. Is that what you're doing here? It would appear so.
Enemy launching major offensive.
Yeah, I think we've seen about all the major offensives they have that are going to bother us. 10 wave leaders from the Necromancer. And again, those would be extremely painful if basically they didn't have any castles left. Or if they had any castles left, I should say, if we hadn't destroyed them all. That is the only reason we're not being hit by thousands of strength of Templar pain.
Enemy launching major offensive.
Okay. You're in? Unload you. Then wait for the others. They're in. It was really nice of you to drop by everybody so we could replenish our white supply. Because that's kind of hard to do when you don't just spam guardians at us. But when you're nice enough to do that, then we can.
Incursion into our territory.
And our shipyard's coming back up. Beautiful. Time to go back. We have a date with the final Overlord.
Major enemy incursion into our territory.
And where are you? You're there? We're meeting you here. It's almost to Murdoch now. We have an absolutely stupid amount of nana cost in here. Yep, only about 4,000 ships. I'm gonna laugh if they destroy this before we can even get here. They might well do it. We're just hitting it with things passing through, really, at this point. They're not actually doing that much damage to it because they're not concentrated. We're a ways away.
In our territory.
I don't think we're going to be able to get to it in Murdoch. We're going to reroute and just stop in Alizon. They appear to just be maintaining its shield about where it is, which is fine.
Let us see if we can make this our last meeting.
Well, we're just a couple hops away here from the end of this journey.
Presence in our territory.
Here we go. Everybody say goodbye to the orbital AI. It was fun while it lasted, but now it's literally buried under a mass of our ships. Just a few thousand, and victory! The machine menace has finally been put to rest thanks to your efforts, etc., etc., etc. There is not a special victory screen for Necromancer. They wanted to do it, just ran out of time and development effort and all of that. So I hope you've enjoyed this run, and I hope it's given you some better ideas on how to play with Necromancer, the various 9 Zool Abyss factions. But this is over. And we'll be returning next time when we come back to AI War 2. We're going to take a bit of a break from it. We're going to be returning to the Logistician run. We're going to be talking about some more thematic elements. And as always, I'm very much looking forward to any ideas you might have in terms of what would you have liked to see different about this game, or what types of AI War 2 videos you might be interested in seeing as we wrap it up. Thanks for watching.